What is up, YouTube? It is time to update to 7.1.2. First thing we're going to want to do is go ahead, if you're already jailbroken, and download this app, apt backup. You can get it in Cydia. It's a great little app that backs up everything that you got from Cydia. If you're not jailbroken yet, you can go ahead and skip ahead in this video. But we're going to go ahead and get into this thing. Go ahead and go down here to the very bottom where it says backup. And we're going to tap it once, and it's going to back up our entire Cydia list. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and hook up our iDevice into iTunes and head right on over here into the menu and hit backup. It's going to be our first thing that we're going to want to do. It's going to protect us from a bunch of different things that could possibly go wrong in the long run. After we've backed up, we're going to go ahead and go up to the restore button up here on the top right hand corner of iTunes, and this will actually restore us to 7.1.2, not 7.1.1 or any firmware version that you're on right now. It'll update you to 7.1.2, and you're going to want to do this really quickly before Apple patches the jailbreak options. The next thing we're going to do is just let our computer sit while it downloads the Apple firmware from its network. And if you don't want to wait, you can go ahead and skip to 2:15 in this video for the next step. The next step is actually going to be to head back into iTunes and hit Restore Device. You may have already done this depending on whether or not your phone is hooked in or not, but I actually unhooked my phone for a little bit just to go out and go do something, so I'm going to go ahead and hit Restore, and from there it should go ahead and install the firmware to 7.1.2 for you, not 7.1.1 or whatever firmware you're on. And here is where I actually go ahead and hit the update button. This will actually restore to 7.1.2 like was said before. From here, we're just going to let our phone sit while iTunes does its thing. It's actually going to go ahead and install 7.1.2 onto the phone, so we don't want to unplug it and possibly risk breaking the phone. If you had anything on the phone before, it may or may not be lost until you back up or until you restore from backup to the phone. Restoring from backup to the phone will go ahead and install everything that you had onto the phone before you jailbroke. So rest assured, nothing will happen. Again, we're just going to let our device sit for just a little bit longer. With some clarification, my phone actually went ahead and restored to 7.1.2 without the need to restore from backup. It actually did not delete everything like the normal updating process usually does, but just in case it did and your phone comes up having nothing on it, you can go ahead and restore from backup, and it will restore from everything that you backed up before this video. Again, we're just going to let our device sit for just a little bit longer. If you were watching from before, here is that spot where you can restore from backup. we have to go in the top right menu and go ahead and select our phone, and down here towards the middle of the page will be Restore from Backup. Congratulations! If you made it up to this point, your device should be successfully updated to 7.1.2. And at this point, if you want to stay on 7.1.2, you are finished with the video. If not, we're going to go ahead and get into the jailbreaking process of the video. The next step in the tutorial is to go to Pangu.io and download the Pangu app. Whether you're on Mac or Windows no longer matters, as both now do actually work and are fully functional. We'll go ahead and download the app and resume from later. The biggest thing about Pangu is before the update to 7.1.2, it was known to cause some issues during the update with causing a boot loop. A boot loop is essentially the update would not install on the phone and jailbreak properly, and cause the phone to continuously boot over and over. This has been patched in this version. In the meantime, if you would prefer, you can prepare for the next step by going to General, Settings, General, Date and Time, and unchecking Set Automatically, and change your date and time to June 2nd of 2014 at 8:30 p.m. This will be required to run the next portion of the jailbreaking process. Originally the download was going fairly fast, but instead I'm going to go ahead and switch to the end of the video, to the next step, at 7:30, and if you want to go there as well, that is the next step in the jailbreaking process when the download is finished. The next step in the jailbreaking process is to go ahead and hit the jailbreak button on the Pangu app. This will actually continue the jailbreaking process and install a Pangu app on the home screen of your device. The next step from here is to go ahead and click that Pangu app on your device, iPhone, iPad, or whatever it is. This will continue the jailbreak and install the jailbreak onto your 7.1.2 device. And once more, we're going to be waiting one more time for Pangu to do its thing. I know that there has been a lot of waiting in this video, and I do apologize, but a lot of the jailbreaking process is actually waiting. So we're going to wait for the device to reboot a couple of times, and then your device will be jailbroken. The video will be going off the screen momentarily, and we will go back to the final step in the process of the jailbreaking your device. With that being said, if you weren't previously jailbroken, and this is a brand new thing for you getting into the jailbreaking process, then you are finished with this video. You are done, and your device is now jailbroken. Congratulations, you are now on 7.1.2 jailbroken. Again, with that being said, the rest of the video up until 9:37 will just be showing the different stages Pangu will go through. If you've been following along completely through the video so far, I commend you, and this will be the rest of the basic jailbreaking process. If you've stuck with us through the entirety of the video, the only final step in the process is to go back and download the app that we had before, our backup app for Cydia. We need to go back and search for the app, and I do apologize, it is incredibly hard to type on a keyboard and hold a camera at the same time. But what you're going to look for is apt backup in the Cydia store, and go ahead and install it. We're going to then afterwards, go back into the app and hit restore. Now what this is going to do is go ahead and restore all of your Cydia's settings, all of your certificates, and all of your installed, I want to say, binaries that you had in Cydia before. And for the rest of the video, it will be showing just that. If you like the video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, favorite, retweet, or etc. And I do appreciate you sticking with me through the video. I apologize for any errors in the video, but thank you. Happy jailbreaking and enjoy your new iOS 7.1.2 jailbroken device.